Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new Sims 4 video, and today we are going to be letting the wheel decide what pack we build with in the Sims 4. As you can see by the time that I scroll up, I've compiled a wheel filled with all of the packs that I personally own. We're going to spin the wheel, let's see what pack we get. As you can probably tell, this whole section is voiceover because the audio did not record at all. Anyway, let's spin the wheel. Let's see what we get. I mean, I already know. Okay, we got toddler stuff. Not the best, as we quickly discovered, not the worst. Anyway, let me get into the main voiceover section, I guess. Yeah, I'm so annoyed because I planned out that entire section and I'd recorded it and I thought, oh, that'd be a nice little introduction to this video, and no. The audio decided to fail me, but it was annoying because I was like, well, I don't want to completely scrap the video. I can just do a voiceover. Anyway, hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have honestly had a week. It's only Wednesday when I'm filming this, but I have honestly had a week. It's been a lot already, and I've actually got kind of the big part at the end of the week, if that makes sense. I've just got a lot going on this week. Yeah, anyway, we got toddler stuff for the pack, which is probably one of the worst packs I guess you can make. Now, originally I was going to try and build a house out of the pack, whatever pack we got, but to be honest, I was like, I actually don't know why I'm confining myself to that specific challenge, when reality is I didn't need to. So the rules for this one, I am obviously using base game, because if I just had to use toddler stuff, I think I would probably not make anything. Do you know what I mean? There's not enough in there for me to make a full house or even a room out of anyway. So I ended up deciding to make a kind of not a daycare, but kind of a toddler playground, play area, hangout sort of thing. I kind of imagine that you'd put it in something like San Sequoia if you have Grown Together. That sort of vibe. But obviously it's mainly for toddlers. There isn't really much for children, I don't think. I'm trying to think on the top of my head, but I don't think so. I did try and go as colourful as possible for the outside and the inside of this build, because obviously most toddlers like pretty bright stuff, and I felt like it made sense. So I kind of just created a really basic house kind of layout for this thing. It's definitely not the epitome of greatness in terms of builds, but it definitely does the job in terms of functionality. I deliberated for so long on what to do to the doors and the windows, to be honest, because there's not that many options. If we're being brutal, there's not that many options for doors and windows in base game, or, well, toddler stuff doesn't have anything, I don't think, so pretty limited in that department. I wanted to make sure that the outside space had all of the toddler stuff things in, because I kind of felt like it would have been pointless otherwise. Obviously, this place does have a bathroom, and I remembered very last minute that I needed to put a potty in as well, because believe it or not, toddlers also need to go. I also remembered, I deliberated between adding in a bed area for the toddlers, a place where they can go and nap, but to be honest, in the end, I decided not to, mostly because, I don't know, I just feel like it's a playground, and I feel like it's not a daycare, it's a play area sort of thing. I did add a reading nook, so I think they can nap on the the cushions that I put in, I think. So I guess if they were tired, they could sleep. But yeah, I also did add in a bath as well, because I imagine that, if toddlers are going and playing outside, that they're going to get dirty, so I thought that might be quite handy to have as well. Obviously not super realistic, but we'll take it. It is what it is. Yeah, it was a bit weird because I kind of feel like this place actually had quite a lot of space. to do stuff. But at the same time, I wanted to make sure that it was all kind of relevant to toddlers. I didn't want to make it too like multifunctional, if that made sense. Anyway, I did use the mini fridge and then the yellow counters that came with the upgrade, I think, with the update. And yeah, I just tried to give a bit of a simple layout. But to be honest with you, I wasn't quite sure what to actually put in, but I just feel like this way at least you can kind of make your toddlers a meal, maybe, or snacks at least. I also forgot that with the we don't actually have a changing table in the base game. Like, it's only growing together, which I kind of feel like is a bit annoying. If you don't have growing together, how are you looking after your infants? Like, is there a big difference? Because I think growing together was like the first pack that I bought after my Sims break, so I never played the infant update, I guess, without growing together, so I don't know what it was like. So if you do, let me know out of curiosity. Anyway, I obviously added a little play area, which makes sense. I tried to add as much toddler stuff as I could into this build, because obviously it was the only pack that we had other than base game, so I wanted to make sure. The other thing that I did was to make sure that I added a bookshelf and all of that in there. And the other thing that I did is actually I sized down the circle rug that came with base game, and I did it in loads of different colours. I mean, you'll see it in a minute. And I just plopped them along the bookcase, because this is a bit niche. And if you're not British, you're probably not gonna know the reference, but in the UK in primary school we used to have this mat where basically it would either have numbers or you would have spots or a pattern, and you'd basically get assigned a spot in primary school and be you need to go over to the the mat, and you need to go sit on a square, for example. And I don't know why, but those spotted rugs kind of gave me those sort of vibes. So yeah, definitely maybe a little bit niche. I also don't think I explained it very well. But yeah, anyway, I started off this video by saying I've had a week. Honestly, guys, I've had a week. It has been incredibly stressful. And as of filming this, I'm actually not sure even what content is going out when, because I think I'm quite behind this week, which I always do struggle when my weeks are busier to keep on top of content. And if things go my way with what I've got later this week, I might have to replan my schedule a little bit. But anyway, this is what I meant by the spots. I thought it was really cute. I mean, like I said, technically functionality wise, I guess the toddlers can go sit on them, but obviously it's not a proper seated area. Anyway, I also remembered to put in high chairs, which is always helpful, and then I was really struggling on what to put in that spot there, but I did end up going for the cubes, which, I mean, I just put it there really for decoration, if I'm being brutally honest. I do quite like the idea that the toddlers would be running around playing whilst the mums or the dads are on the kitchen counters just sitting there maybe, I don't know, with a glass of orange juice or something in their hands, just nattering away. Yeah, I guess this isn't a soft play or anything. I also don't know whether that's a UK thing as well. Do you know what? I think a lot of countries have a soft play. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, our versions of soft play are kind of crazy, or they used to be when I was a kid anyway. They'd have ball pits and full-on slides, and they had a lot of cushioned things as well. But there used to be this place that we used to always go to when it was either the brownies or guides. We'd go there every Christmas. It was our Christmas party basically. And it was just so fun. And to be fair, I also remember going there for parties, primary school parties as well. It was just such a good time, honestly. So good. Anyway, I don't know why I keep rambling today. I am so very sorry. I know that I keep saying as well that I'm trying not to do as much voiceover content lately, which is kind of why I started the Super Sim series, if I'm being brutally honest, because then it kind of gave me at least one video where I knew that I was going to be filming in real time, if that makes sense. But yeah, I definitely have gone a little voiceover heavy at the moment. I kind of just film whatever I want to film, if that makes sense. So sometimes it's more voiceover heavy than others. I also know that people probably have picked up on this, but I don't edit my voiceovers. I never really have, if I'm being honest, because I think I'd literally be there all day just picking out the ums and all the rest of it. And I kind of like the rawness, I guess, of a voiceover. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about it that I like. It's kind of organic. It's kind of whatever comes to my mind. Anyway, yeah, I actually lately have been really enjoying building with a base game. I find it really just enjoyable to build with. And I think it's because, like, it's almost, you're so limited with what you can actually put in that it's almost a fun little challenge. But yeah, anyway, so this was just me adding the train paint. We are kind of actually nearly coming towards the end of this video. It was not a long one whatsoever, but I'm going to upload this to the gallery. If you want to download it, you absolutely can. I hope you guys have enjoyed this kind of mess of a video. If you have, then please feel free to leave a like. Go and subscribe if you haven't already. Go leave a lovely comment. I really do appreciate reading all of them. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Now, I have ended this slightly prematurely, I'm not going to lie. In hindsight, probably should have put sand down instead of stone. But I feel like some play areas do have a stone, like pebbles versus sand. Anyway, I really am just rambling at this point, and I will catch you all next time. Bye, everyone.